Um, okay. Uh, Auric, only thing in your dreams. The questions that's been hanging over you. Uh, you all went to bed at a strange time. Um, while you have been sleeping, except for Cyrus, I guess, the other Silver Dragonborn have like quietly come in and just sort of like arrayed themselves all around, and you are like little. I guess just Lexi. You are like this weird fleshy node. Well, you and Vela are these weird points of fleshiness in a sea of mostly silver scales. You all wake up a little bit before everyone else, and you all are free to set your course. What would you like to do?
Guess we should probably get going, shouldn't we?
I guess so.
Yeah. Cyrus will share the last part of his vision. So Mort with the water and light and bars.
Right.
All right, so all coming together.
Clear as mud.
All right. Jordmer just kind of waves at you all as you leave. Um, she says a few parting words to Auric that basically amount to like, stay safe and don't take a year to visit next time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Typical mom.
Um, a couple of Dragonborn are sort of standing with her,
Yeah, that's my
holding the
pen.
hatchlings, and they're kind of like doing like the baby arm wave. And the hatchlings are just like. One of them is like crudely repeating the expletive that Lexi said yesterday.
Yeah.
It's okay. It doesn't mean anything in Sylvan.
Why are you so insistent on the pen? My pen.
All right, so you all are fairly close, but you are not quite yet to the River Weir. So give me somebody, decide who's going to navigate, and we'll get another survival check with advantage.
Well, I think we had decided that Cyrus was the only one with a good survival check.
Yeah.
Yep. Stop throwing the pen, child. Give it back. Taking it back now. And play with this.
Nice.
Very nice.
So as you were sort of navigating, you're kind of starting to get the hang of this. Initially, the sort of non sequential geography was very alarming, but you've just on some level it has started to click for you, and you're able to bypass uh, what initially looks like a sort of shortcut. It leads through sort of a dark wooded valley. You see lots of bridges and lights, um, and your survival instincts are finally catching up to Fairy. And sure enough, as you look, huge clouds of red veined mist suddenly roll through the woods with no warning. They seem to go around the lights, um, but you see some kind of like weird, uh, like some kind of sylvan elk that had a rack of hands, humanoid hands growing off of its head, um, and crystalline eyes. And it has only a moment of fleeting terror as this cloud of mist just like saps all of the life out of it and it just falls gray to the ground. And you lead the party around this shortcut. Um, it takes you a little bit longer, but soon enough you start to hear and almost smell, I guess, that you're getting close to water. And sure enough, through some trees, you see this huge, beautiful river, and it's massive. It's probably like between 70 and 100 yards across. And it has a distinct otherworldly quality to it. There are flowers sort of just floating down the river, but each flower is blooming with a different color of light. And it started to get dark as you approach, and these lights are just illuminating this river in this beautiful way. It's reflecting the stars as they start to come out. And you're able to see up the river from you what looks like a settlement, a fairly large and bustling settlement. And Auric, you know that you all have arrived at Midweir.
We have arrived.
Just from the edges of it, you can see Midweir is this huge sort of... It's huge by fairy standards, which still have a distinctly, like, medieval aesthetic to them. But by the standards of fairy, this area is massive. It would be like smaller than one of the boroughs of Queensborough, but it's still very large. You can see that there are lots of fey figures coming and going. It looks like there are some non-magical trails that lead through here. But you can't quite shake the otherworldliness of, like, you spot whizzing, glimmering little draconic creatures flashing through the air up above. You see pixies and other sort of tiny fae zipping and coming and going. And there's boats pulling up to a series of docks to unload passengers and goods. And this is where your trail leads you. And with a sort of soundless Auric has taken his human form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's just a very slight moment of struggle where the hair is that sort of dark gray at the roots for just a second before it kind of like correctly asserts itself.
All right.
Auric is going gray.
I'm not even that old.
I,
How old am I again?
who knows?
Might
I'm
be
only
under character
25.
sheet.
I'm only 25.
That is truly a baby by Fae standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. This is where we're going to leave it for this week, and we will come back here next week and enter the city of Midweir.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and kill our stream.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.